What it do, Durag Nation? Star Wars fans, somehow Battlefront has returned. The game saw an insane 230% increase in players over the last month just on Steam, not including console players, as fans seemingly hopped on the game to celebrate May 4th and never stopped. The hype didn't end there though, as now Star Wars Battlefront 3 is currently being searched more than Fortnite, even after news broke of the Battle Royale returning to the iOS store, proving in 2025 anything is truly possible except GTA 6 releasing on time. But before you ask your parents for $80 so you can pre-order Battlefront 3, there is still no guarantee this game will actually hit digital storefronts, even if it has a reveal trailer. Just ask Transformers fans. There's currently a change.org petition that has been blowing up, calling for EA to give fans Battlefront 3, which is crazy if you were around for the launch of Battlefront 2, when fans were calling for the destruction of EA like they were the actual empire. Battlefront 2 was, at one point, the most hated game in the world, thanks to predatory microtransactions and loot boxes forced into the game by CEO Andrew Wilson, who fans legitimately hated more than Palpatine. It got so bad it prompted an investigation by the UK government and reportedly led Disney to threatening behind the scenes to pull the Star Wars license if they didn't end this controversy, which EA thankfully did by stripping the game of the loot boxes. This led to a total 180 on the perception of Battlefront 2 from the players as updates continue to improve the game, with many declaring it one of the best Star Wars games ever after all the changes. However, fan excitement wasn't enough to impress EA and their investors, so support for the game was pulled due to it failing to reach their sales target. Battlefront 2 actually sold 9 million copies the first year, but EA was aiming for 10 million copies within the first 3 months, so a shutdown made financial sense. Super yachts and Diddy parties don't pay for themselves. This was obviously devastating to fans who begged for a Battlefront 3 that improved on the great work done on Battlefront 2, and developer DICE agreed and even pitched EA on a third game. However, EA turned them down due to the high licensing costs associated with a Disney game, and that right there will be the biggest barrier to a Battlefront 3, despite all the calls for a sequel and the renewed hype for Battlefront 2. Last year, EA had a round of layoffs and canceled several projects, including a Mandalorian game from Respawn, once again pointing to a desire to make more original games because Disney charges studios a fortune to make games based on Marvel and Star Wars. A major live service game like Battlefront, even without the Star Wars name, would be a $100 to $300 million project, so I can't really blame EA in this instance for being cautious. The licensed games they currently have coming out are much more low risk, like Star Wars Jedi 3, Marvel's Iron Man, and Black Panther. Notice these are all single player games. Maybe EA could aim for a smaller scale, single player Battlefront 3 with co-op, exploring some of the Disney Star Wars stories like Ahsoka, Andor, and The Mandalorian would probably go over really well, and obviously Cal Kestis would be highly requested for multiplayer as a DLC. But if that multiplayer experience is what you're really after, I think EA is going to have to see even more commitment from the fans. If Battlefront 2 could get 1 million new players, maybe that could convince EA to see the project through and get more ambitious with it. And if you want DICE to work on this again, you're going to have to wait anyway because they have to finish up with the new Battlefield. But EA is watching right now, so it's the perfect chance to get your voices heard. Let me know in comments below what you want to see for the future of Star Wars Battlefront. Another ambitious multiplayer game, something single player with a bit of co-op, or should they start a whole different Star Wars series? And if you're looking for even more news and commentary, YouTube thinks you should click this next video on screen.